Imagine opening your banking app and seeing not one red bar, but a whole parade of them: loans, cards, late fees, a mortgage blinking like a siren, while 9 people are depending on a single household to function. Now imagine there aren't just 2 adults at the budgeting table, but 3. 3 incomes, 3 calendars, 3 sets of habits, 3 histories with money. That's not a spreadsheet, that's a symphony, with the brass section playing offbeat and the drummer buying takeaways at 2 a.m. Welcome to the Financial Audit's first Throuple. And tonight on Finance with Sonia, we're going to translate chaos into choices, debt into direction, and whose turn is it to pay, into We've Got This. This isn't a gossip episode. It's a survival guide for complex households, polyamorous, blended families, house shares, multi-generational nests, anyone whose money life has more than 2 chairs at the table. I'm Sonia, your European money friend who believes a great budget should feel like a favorite cafe in Paris. Warm, clear, and always ready for you when life gets windy. The story you're about to hear comes from a deep dive audit of a Throuple under massive financial strain, over €500,000 in total obligations when you convert the numbers back from US figures, a big mortgage, multiple loans, and a litter of cards meowing in collections. The host grilled them. I'm here to guide you. We'll pull lessons you can use whether you live with a partner in Lisbon, a flatmate squad in Dublin, a blended family in Madrid, or a Throuple in Berlin figuring out who changed the Wi-Fi password. Let me set the scene. 3 adults in love, a house full of dependents, and a debt mountain taller than the Alps. Mortgage, huge. Personal loans, multiple. Credit cards, plural and angry. Collections agencies, calling like seagulls who smelled chips. Daily life. A blur of fast food, impulse buys, and stress that tasted like battery acid. The male partner wasn't deeply involved in the money management. The 2 women were carrying the mental load. I don't say that to shame him, I say that because in every complex household, there's often a ghost CFO, someone who benefits from the bills being paid but never meets the numbers in the eye. Ghost CFOs love to say we'll figure it out while the dishwasher needs replacing and the minimums are doing push-ups. Before we get fancy, we're going to get honest. Debt doesn't arrive like a thunderclap. It drips. A takeaway here, a we deserve this there, a card for just this month, and a high five to future you who will absolutely, totally fix it next payday, promise. Add 3 schedules, 9 mouths, and the ability to DoorDash feelings at midnight. That's not a budget, that's a bonfire. But fires can be contained, and ash can fertilize new growth if you slow down, own the numbers, and agree on rules. So, pause with me. Picture Alex in London, dead tired after a late shift, scrolling through Deliveroo with eyes that say carbs now. Or Luca in Milan, tapping his card for back-to-back espressos and a little streetwear purchase because the jacket winked. Or Sophie in Berlin, promising herself that tomorrow I'll budget, tonight I'll breathe. We have all been the person who chooses the small relief over the big plan. That makes us human. What we do next makes us free. Let's turn this Throuple's crash course into your playbook. I'm giving you the 9-seat money table, 9 rules because this household had 9 people, but also because 9 is tidy, memorable, and just annoying enough to keep you awake. Rule 1. Name the structure. Love is a triangle, money is a square. Romance can be fluid, budgets cannot. In a Throuple, or any multi-adult home, you need a square: income, essentials, debt, goals. 4 sides, no wobble. Income, every euro after tax. Essentials, roof, utilities, basic transport, groceries, childcare, insurances. No lattes in this column. Debt, every balance, interest rate, and minimum. Goals, emergency fund, sinking funds, car, appliances, school trips, house maintenance, investments. Draw the square on paper. It's not art, it's a boundary. Put it on the fridge. If a purchase doesn't fit a side, it doesn't happen yet. Rule 2. The 72-hour financial truce. Before any rescue mission, call a truce. 72 hours of no blame, no secret spending, no new subscriptions. Just gather data. Download statements for the last 90 days, all cards, all accounts. Sort by category. Expect to see the same culprits we saw: fast food, streaming everything, micro-purchases that feel like feathers but weigh like bricks. You cannot conquer a fog, you can only map it. Mapping is not judging. It's cartography for your future. Rule 3. Elect a real CFO, then rotate. Pick a chief financial officer for 30 days. Not the default person who always pays. Choose the one with the calmest spreadsheet and the least panic. Their job: create a one-page plan with the square above, plus due dates. Then, this is crucial, rotate the role monthly. No permanent martyrs. When everyone has to drive, everyone watches the road. Rule 4. Zero-based budgeting, 3 lanes. Multi-adult houses need lanes, not mush. Lane A: household, shared, essentials, debt, common goals. Lane B: individual, small personal spends for each adult, same amount, automatic weekly drip. Lane C: kids' dependents, fixed allowance for school, activities, clothing, with a sinking fund for surprise costs that aren't surprises, birthdays, shoes, term trips. Every euro has a lane before the month starts. Every lane has a cap. The cap is not rude, it's a seatbelt. Rule 5. The fast food firewall. In the audit, fast food and deliveries were the shape of the hole in the bucket. Here's the fix: create a meal matrix and a delivery token system. Meal matrix: 7 default dinners you can rotate without thinking: pasta plus veg, sheet pan chicken, lentil curry, tortilla night, baked potatoes, soup plus bread, omelette plus salad. Keep the ingredients on repeat order. European kitchens are amazing at simple, lean into it. Delivery tokens: 3 tokens a week for the whole house, not per person. A token is 1 order window. When the tokens are gone, they're gone. Sunday night resets. Watch how quickly the household plans better when tokens are scarce. Rule 6. Debt triage: stop the bleeding, then heal. This Throuple had cards in collections, Euro translation, legal pain incoming. The order of operations for you. Current essentials: up-to-date rent, mortgage, utilities, transport. Collections calls: answer, get in writing, negotiate in euros you can actually pay, not fantasy numbers. Ask for fees to be waived upon a payment plan. High interest alive cards, minimums plus snowball avalanche extra. I prefer avalanche, highest April 1st, for maths. Some prefer snowball, smallest balance, for momentum. In a household that needs wins to stay united, snowball can be medicinal. Everything else: pause, renegotiate, refinance if it reduces interest without extending beyond the item's life. Don't finance yesterday's pizza for 5 years. Every debt gets a line on the wall chart. Every extra euro attacks one target until it dies. Fun fact: watching a balance hit €0 is more addictive than watching a delivery rider approach on the map. Rule 7. Emergency fund, the first calm. Nothing stabilizes a multi-adult house like a first calm fund. €1,000 as fast as humanly possible. Sell clutter on Vint, weekend gig, cut a subscription hydra. You don't need 5 streaming services, beloved. After that, build to 1 month of essentials, then 3 months, then 6. In a Throuple with 9 people, chaos loves to knock. Keep it waiting on the doorstep while you breathe. Rule 8. The Saturday money meeting, standing date. Write this down: every Saturday, 30 minutes, same time. Coffee, not conflict. Agenda. What got paid? What's coming due? 3 feelings about money this week. Yes, feelings. 1 fix for next week. Phones on airplane mode. Kids get a cartoon. Teenagers get bribed with pancakes. Partners get eye contact. If someone misses 2 meetings, they lose their personal lane B for the following week. Team sport means team attendance. Rule 9. The house constitution. Yes, really. 1 page. Everyone signs. It includes transparency clause: no secret cards, no hidden loans. Purchase threshold: any buy over €100, choose your number, requires a 24-hour pause and a group thumbs up. Crisis protocol: if a job is lost, tokens go to 0, all non-essentials pause, emergency fund rules engage. Leaving clause: hard but healthy if one adult exits the relationship. There's a pre-agreed plan for untangling shared accounts and responsibilities. Love is tender, paperwork is armor. Now, let me weave you into the narrative. because watching other people's money fires is only useful if it prevents yours. Picture yourself in Madrid, 2213, clinging to the metropole after a long day. You've got 2 flatmates and a partner who half lives at your place, half at theirs. You send this video to the group chat. Saturday money meeting? Tokens? Constitution? The first reply is a laughing emoji. The second is fine. The third is okay, but number 8 a.m. That, my friend, is the sound of culture changing. Let's talk numbers, lightly. Suppose your household nets €6,500 per month. Essentials are €3,800, roof, utilities, transport, food at home. Minimum debts total €700. You set €1,000 for emergency fund building. That leaves €1,000. Lane B, individual, gets €100 per adult, so €300. Lane C, kids or depends, variable costs get €200. Remaining €500 is your debt attack. Month 2, emergency fund funded at €1,000 baseline. Slide €500 to debt attack, now it's €1,000 crushed into one balance. In 12 months, with interest considered, you could remove €10,000 to €14,000 of debt, depending on APRs. 2 years at that tempo? The skyline looks different. But Sonia, what about the man who wasn't involved? You can't budget a ghost. Here's your move if you live with a disengaged adult. Tie privileges to participation. Miss 2 Saturday meetings? No delivery tokens for you. Hide a card. Your lane B pauses for 30 days while trust repairs. Contribute late. Your personal wishlist waits until you're current. This isn't punishment, it's physics. Money is a system. Systems work when parts show up. If you're the disengaged one, I love you enough to say this. Grown-up love includes bills. It includes Excel. It includes asking what's our April, and not zoning out when someone answers. You are not bad with money. You are unpracticed. Practice starts Saturday. Let's sprinkle humor, because otherwise we'll all cry into our hummus. In the audit, the takeaways had law like a family saga. Remember the night of 5 milkshakes? Listen. Milkshakes are not emergency fund contributions. They are delicious mistakes. Learn, laugh, move on. Invent house phrases that make you giggle and pause. Is this a Tuesday mood or a lifetime need? Will future us invite this purchase to brunch? If it explodes, does the warranty love us back? I want to gift you a few microsystems that save big euros without feeling like punishment. The 5x5 pantry rule. Keep 5 always there basics that generate 5 fast meals, pasta plus jar sauce plus frozen veg, rice plus eggs plus soy, tortillas plus beans plus cheese, potatoes plus tinned fish plus greens, couscous plus chickpeas plus tomatoes. The moment you feel a delivery token itch, the 5x5 stares you down. The 2-card method, 1 household debit card fed weekly for groceries plus fuel, 1 bills account for standing orders. All other discretionary spends go through each adult's Lane B card. When the card is empty, the week is over, not your dignity. The red flag calendar. Mark paydays and due dates in red on a wall calendar everyone sees. Stick an envelope behind it with emergency cash for small shocks, bus pass renewals, field trips, the we forgot Aunt Anna's birthday fiasco. The envelope is not a toy. The 7-day wait and want list, a shared note on your phones. Anything over €50 goes on the list for 7 days. Half of it will expire. The half that remains becomes joyful because wanting survived time. The cushion audit, every quarter, call your provider's electricity, broadband, insurance. Price match or switch. One 20-minute call in Berlin shaved €18 per month for my friend's internet. That's a streaming service's rent money going back to you. Now, I want to take you back to the Throuple's living room. Tired faces. Fear like a fog. The host asked hard questions, the numbers didn't flinch. But then something softer happened. They agreed on a simple, boring rhythm. The Saturday meeting, the meal matrix, the tokens, the rotation of the CFO. They weren't instantly rich, but they were instantly together. And together beats rich alone, every day of the week. A cliffhanger for those still on the metro, because I promised rhythm. What happens when the first card hits €0? The room changes temperature. Someone cracks a joke about holding a funeral for the plastic. Another person throws the card in a blender. Do not do this. It voids warranties and impresses no one. Instead, you write the date on the wall chart, take a photo, and order cheap pizza using a token, because you're not animals. That's not just a zero. That's proof. Proof that your house can keep promises. Proof that 9 people can move in one direction. Proof that love looks great in spreadsheets. Let's widen the lens to include our European friends, because your stories are the glue that holds my channel together. Alex in London lives with 2 mates and a partner who rotates nights. They created a house constitution with a rainy day rent rule. If one adult loses a job, the others cover a month while the person moves into crisis protocol, CV refresh, 3 applications a day, side gig by week 2. No shame, just structure. They've never missed rent. Sophie in Berlin blended families with her girlfriend, 4 kids between them, 2 cats, and 1 mysteriously expensive hamster. Delivery tokens cut takeaway spend by €240 per month. That money became violin lessons and a new washing machine paid in cash. Luca in Milan discovered he was the ghost CFO. He had opinions, not participation. After rotating CFO month, he found €35 in duplicate app subs, switched car insurance, and negotiated a medical bill down €210 with 1 polite phone call. He now loves being the fix-it guy. We stan character development. Marta and Doriusz in Warsaw decided on avalanche for debts. They attacked a 22% April card first. The day they cleared it, they printed the paid-in-full letter and stuck it on the fridge like a child's drawing. Honestly, it was art. If you're thinking, Sonia, this is crushing, where's the investing? Friend, investing is chapter 2. Chapter 1 is survive and stabilize. But because I love you, here's the bridge plan. When your emergency fund hits 1 month and your worst debt is dead, start a 1% investment drip 1% of take-home into a low-cost global index fund or a pension ISA equivalent. The habit is the muscle. When your debt attack number reduces, move its weight into the investment drip. That's how you transition from escaping the past to funding the future without whiplash. A word on kids in complex homes. Include them. Tiny jobs, tiny allowances, tiny goals. We're saving for a family day in Lisbon. Every euro we don't spend on delivery gets a sticker. 20 stickers and we go. Teach them the joy of delayed joy. Kids who grow up in houses that talk about money grow into adults who don't hide it. We need to talk about shame, the silent fourth partner in any difficult money story. Shame says don't tell, you're the only idiot, spend now, plan later. Shame is wrong. You are not the first household to be eaten by subscriptions and takeaways. You are not the last. And if tonight you decide to be the first person in your house to say, let's meet on Saturday, you become the hinge the door swings on. The door opens toward calm. I want to give you a 7-day sprint, a tiny transformation you can start now. Day 1, tonight text your house, money meeting, Saturday 10 o'clock. Coffee on me. We're doing a 30-minute rescue plan. Love you. Day 2, print the last 90 days of transactions. Highlight repeats, takeaway, petrol, mini shops. Day 3, draw the square and assign numbers. Essentials, debt, goals. Day 4, build the meal matrix plus buy ingredients for 3 cheap, crowd-pleasing dinners. Day 5, set up delivery tokens, 3 this week. Make them visible, 3 post-its on the fridge. Day 6, create the house constitution draft. Put it on the table with pens for edits. Day 7, meet. Start with feelings. End with the next due date and who does what by when. Take a selfie with the signed constitution. It will be the first photo in an album called We Did It. A small nerdy note about mortgages in a house this big. If your rate is high and your credit rough, refinancing may take time. That's okay. Focus on polishing your profile, on-time payments for 6 months, lower utilization on active cards, no new credit pulls. Keep a mortgage box with employment letters, ID scans, and statements ready. When the window opens, you jump. Another word on collections. I've sat next to people on trams in Madrid while they finally called a collector. Their hands shook. By the end, they had a written plan and a manageable number. The worst part wasn't the debt, it was the dread. Debt is numbers. Dread is a story. Change the story. Let's end where we began, with the Throuple. The most powerful moment of their audit wasn't a budget tip. It was when they admitted that the money fight was masking deeper fear. Fear of failing the kids, fear of losing the house, fear that love would fracture under the weight of missed payments. Once the fear had a name, the numbers seemed smaller. Love didn't die. It pivoted. It learned Excel. Close your eyes and try this with me. You're in a cafe in Paris, mid-afternoon sun folding over your notebook. You write, "We are a team." Under it, 3 lines, "We meet. We plan. We keep promises." You look up and smile because the calm you're feeling didn't come from a jackpot. It came from a Saturday. If this voice in your ear has been equal parts hug and nudge, good. That's the channel. We do warmth and work here. Financial independence is not a yacht in Monaco. It's a fridge paid on time, a mortgage that doesn't chase you in your sleep, a kid who sees you say no to chaos and yes to a walk by the canal in Amsterdam because the sun is free and so are you. It's the courage to live on purpose in a house with many hearts. So here's my soft call to action. Start the sprint tonight. Send the text. Draw the square. Steal my meal matrix. Tape the Constitution to your wall. And when your first debt hits 0, come back and tell me. We'll celebrate with a token, just one, and a smile that doesn't need interest to feel rich. I'm Sonia, and this is Finance with Sonia, where households with complicated love stories learn simple money moves, and simple money moves create beautiful, boring, wealthy lives. Be kind to your past, brave with your present, and generous to your future. Your home can become the calmest place you know. It starts this Saturday.
This journey is built on strategy, consistency, and value. If my content helps you grow financially, there's a PayPal link in the description. It's not about the amount, it's the support that counts. Every bit fuels more value. Let's build wealth together.